All right, guys, so on this series, I will show you how I generate leads for my client using Meta ads. Now, this particular strategy is around lead gen forms. It's the cheapest, the fastest way you can generate leads for your business. Is it the only way? Absolutely not. You can run VSL funnel, you can run webinar funnels, you can run these type of ads, you can run DM ads. Look, they all work. But in terms of cost, I think this, from my experience, have been the cheapest. Now you need to add, and we'll see that eventually, you need to add some filters to it, because usually the leads come in bigger quantity, but they're less qualified. So you need to have the proper questions to filter people out before they hit your CRM and sending that data back to Facebook. All right, so on this particular video, I'm gonna share with you some of the strategies, not all the strategies that I've been using on this Stop Hustling Blueprint. So for those that don't know me, my name is Rodrigo Paez. I run a very boutique agency helping coaches, consultants, and experts scale their business, their high-ticket business. And we do that with, of course, paid advertising, but an entire ecosystem, an all-in-one system that we install for our clients in their business so they can generate not only leads, but qualify and nurture those leads using AI, and afterwards continue helping them scale their business through a monthly retainer that will help them scale their ads. So that's what we do for our clients, and this is a part of the entire system that you see here. If you go to my website, stophustling.co, you will see that this is the predictable demand pillar. We generate demand leads through advertising on the Meta platform, specifically Instagram and Facebook. And one of the strategies is what I want to show you today. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to specifically say that this is not a step-by-step to create a brand new Facebook page or an Instagram account. I take for account that you already know how to do that. If not, go to the support section on their website or on YouTube as well, because that's very basic. So I consider you having at least a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and you have control of those so you can execute on this. So in terms of the setting, I'm not going to go too much into details. The thing that you need to know and make sure of is to have a business portfolio like you see here, like my business, Quantum Marketing, as well as having an ad account that's attached to it. That's it. So in this case, we're going to be using Quantum Marketing Canada right here. And if you don't have any account, it will be blank. There's not going to be any list. You just create one. There's going to be a button in the middle, if not on the right here, but most likely in the middle. You create one, you name it, you click on create new account, you name it, you use the right time zone, super important, and of course also currency. So if you have a business in US, of course put US dollar. If like I am in Canada, it's going to be in Canadian dollars. Make sure to use that. Make sure to do that, because you cannot go back and change it after. Okay, so after that, you're going to be asked a few questions around the usage. Just answer the question as best as you can, confirm, and it's going to be created. For new accounts, I think right now they're offering you the possibility to have 3 ad accounts. It used to be 5, and before that 25, but people are just messing around, I think, with their ad account. All right, so create that, and let's say you have created, then you can click right here on Open Ads Manager, and you will be taken on the platform itself, on the Ads Manager. All right. So on this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I do for my clients. Super easy. You can create this ad in less than 30 minutes. The main factor here you need to understand, other than the strategy, is the message and the visual, meaning the video, the the pictures or the carousel you're going to be using to generate those leads. All right. So you're going to click on create. We're going to use leads. You're going to click on continue. And you'll be taken to the first part, which is the campaign creation part. So you're gonna name this. I'm gonna use some of my naming convention. So Rod Paez, which is the account, top of the funnel. In this case was profile visit, but I'm gonna change this to leads. And you can go a little bit more in depth. For example, you could be you can be adding there the offer or the landing page. Let's leave it like that for now. So today we are March 9th, 2026. So we're still doing this to this day with my current clients. One thing that I do click on besides the budget is ad set budget. I like to control my budget manually, so I will click most of the time ad set budget optimization, so I can control the budget at the ad set level, not the campaign level like you see right now. So I will click on that and I will remove this. So basically this option is asking you if you want Meta to take control of some of this budget, if their algorithm decide that you might get better result by doing so, meaning they're still gonna fuck up with your budget if you click on this. So I don't want that, because I want full control, not because I'm a control freak, but because I want to see the data and then afterwards actually taking the decision by myself. So I will leave it at that. So auction, leads in terms of the objective, buy and type auction, ad set budget, unclick this, uncheck this, no A/B test, which I rarely did. I think in my days during when I was in an agency, we did that, which I think was pretty stupid. Ad categories, we don't hit that because we are not offering employment or in the specific or special category, as you see here, like social issue, employment or housing or financial product. All right, so we click on next, and now comes the ad set part. The thing you need to watch out with Meta is that it tries to do a lot of things for yourself. So make sure you hit that thing. You make sure that Meta doesn't take too much of this control. As you can see, automatically it sets the call to calls, set the option to call the conversion. So we're gonna get away from that thing, and I want instant form, but just instant forms. And then I select the right page. If you have access to the right page or to your own page, you should be seeing your page here. If you never run a lead ad before, you will have a kind of note here that you can click, and you will need to accept the terms. So make sure you do that. Click that thing out. And I want to maximize number of leads. All right. I didn't try the second option. Let's just do this one. You can A/B test the other option if you want. All right. In terms of the settings here, something that's interesting is, and I do often, is dynamic creative. So if I have a lot of creatives for my clients, like during one of their campaigns, I toggle this on and I go that route, meaning I'm going to be using AI to determine the best mix. So when you hit this on, you will have the possibility to mix 5 images, up to 10 images or 10 videos or 10 carousel visuals, and also text, descriptions, call to action. So a big mix and match of a bunch of things, and Meta will try to find the best suited combination to create whatever conversion you're optimizing for. So I'll leave this at off right now, but it's something that I use often. Like I said, you need enough juice to be able to run these. So videos, images, text, and all that stuff. With text, it's pretty easy. With AI nowadays, make sure that you don't just use ChatGPT because it kind of suck. But you need a bunch of assets to be able to run this, and so it can be efficient. All right. The other part is Advantage Catalog. I don't touch this. Usually it's more for e-commerce. We skip that. And in terms of the budget, now this is the question I get all the time from my clients, like how much I need to spend, how can I spend? Look, depending on what your goal is, you should be expecting to at least spend 20% of that goal. Let me explain. If you've done the math and a call to you is $1,000 every time, you need to go through many leads, book them, get some no-shows, then eventually close some, and let's say you determine that the cost per call close, cost of acquisition is $1,000. Well, most likely you will need to spend at least $200 per day to get that $10,000. Sorry, $200 per day to get that $1,000 in your bank account. It's just simple math. If you don't want to spend that much or you don't have the budget, most likely it's not going to be great. But I'm telling you, if you want the best leads, they're usually not gonna come like in the beginning, because you will see when you start these ads, you will get a bunch of leads, and then it's gonna slow down, and then the price is gonna go up, and you might go crazy. But you need to relax, because Meta wants to give you a little date night, meaning it wants you to succeed at the beginning, making you addict, and then down the line present you with more results. But it's not going to be super consistent, and that's like a normality when you run ads. It goes like and then it's stagnant, and then you need to find the actual threshold and start changing images, copy, all that stuff that comes in when you're scaling. So in this case, let's say I put at least $50 per day. I can generate those leads cheaper because it's lead gen forms. So I'm okay with that, and I'm okay waiting a day or two, maybe 3. But if you are trying to scale right now, most likely you're not spending enough. That in a nutshell what I was trying to say. So in terms of the date, one thing that I always follow, I don't know if it's true, I just noticed that I did have some better result when I started all my ads basically at 12:05 a.m. Now, from others expert, supposedly the Meta servers, they refresh or update at night, at midnight, depending on your time zone. So that's why I keep putting 12:05. Sometimes I put 5 a.m. depending on the client. But usually it's 12:05, and it has served me well. If not, Facebook, a little bit like Google, will try to spend all your $50 in this case, all your $50, all your $100 in the amount of hour that's left in the day. So that will, of course, influence your metrics, and you most likely will not have the right data to base your decision on. All right, so let's leave it at 12 or like midnight, or 12:05 or 12:30. I think that's fine. The rest is the audience. Now, hopefully you know your ideal client. If you're in business, you most likely do, so choose that. Let's say if I'm in US, I'm gonna put United States, boom. Then I'm gonna close this thing here, Canada, United States. Minimum age, I don't want no kiddos. So I'm gonna be putting 21. And the reason is because today I just got a call with someone that's 20 or 21, and he was highly qualified. So that's why I'm putting 21, but you should know your ideal avatar. I'm gonna put English here. I'm not going to exclude custom audience right now, but if you have a retargeting audience, you can put this here, or past buyers, you can of course add this here. I'll pretend I don't have. You can include custom audience for other audience. This one we're going to create is a broad audience, so I'm not going to hit that here. So 2165, I don't like that. I do usually that when I'm retargeting, but still you should put a maximum age. So in this case, I will put 450 or 45 even. I'm used to see more men because we often talk about business and money. And the only thing that I'm going to be adding, by the way, it's still on Advantage Plus here, which uses Meta's AI and your suggestions to find the right audience, to find the right leads. So I will include, for example, Russell Brunson doesn't exist anymore here. I think it's marketing personalities now. Personal right here. So it already shrinked that. So let's say I just leave it at that and super open. You can add more. So this one's gonna be broader. You can go and add, let's say, entrepreneurs, but it's gonna be very, very broad. But you can add, you know, Salesforce, for example, Asana that they use, Trello maybe. So it goes up to like 5 million. In this case, I'm okay with that. That's it for that. The rest, add transparency, I don't toggle this. And in terms of the placement for this one, I particularly leave it open. So I want my ad to display everywhere. Then through the data, you can eventually know if, hey, all my leads come from Instagram or from Facebook or from this particular placement. You can play around with that, but I suggest you leave it open. And Facebook lately has been doing a great job at that. You can rename this as it is. For example, CA, marketing personalities. What I do usually here, I just change this to Advantage Plus. In this case, it was casual call, but we're not doing that right now. You can try that eventually on another video. I'll show you. Basically, it's the same thing. It's just that the conversion is not generating lead form, instant forms, but it's generating leads through your website, through a VSL funnel. I do that often as well. So leads, English, new in this case, leads. In this case, it was US. So I'll leave it as that. By the way, you can create templates so you don't have to type this all the time. You can do that on your own. All right. So that's it for that. We'll click on next, and we're going to be pretty much done soon. So, of course, you can rename it. I think that's not as important right now. Make sure to select your Facebook page, Instagram account. And if you see the ad, let me choose, for example, an old ad. Single right here. And I'm going to choose a creative that I had in the past. And that really worked well, actually. Let me see this. I did this. I got some leads. And I just stopped running it because I wanted to make a case study out of this particular ad right here. No, right here. And that's it. So you will pop in your text, your headlines. You can add up to 5. A little bit like on the dynamic creative part too. You can dynamic creative option. You can also do this here. So pop in 5. Pop in headlines, description, add maybe emojis. Try that, A/B test that, and you can play around with the CTA as well. Usually I select apply now or learn more. You can test it. I'm a big apply now type of guy when it comes to these applications. I click on next. Then you have the choice to add some AI stuff. I usually don't like them. What I like is not Flex Media. I just liked the, where is it? It must be somewhere else, but there's a way to add music to it or relevant comments when it's good, and you can test that. All right, so it will appear like that. I'm not getting it into text, headline, and description, but make sure to call out your ideal client, be straightforward with who you're trying to target, and add some headlines that spark curiosity. The thing you need to know about an ad, besides the offer needs to be good, is the way people see an ad. Usually is the visual, then the headline, and then they go into the text, the long form text. So make sure you understand that, and to have an actual video that interrupts people in their track when they're browsing, because you are on Meta, right? So you're bothering people. So make sure that you attract people's attention with something. Like you saw here, there's a reason why I took the statue of Albert Einstein that I have there. It's because it's a pattern interrupt. All right. I call out my main avatar and I speak about a certain way, a certain mindset that we need to be shifting when we're doing high ticket. And I used Albert Einstein's quote about if you keep doing the same thing over and over, it means like it's the definition of insanity type of thing. And you click apply. And then lastly, before you forget, is you click website events. In this case, I have mini pixel. And you will have an ad that's ready to go. The other thing, and I'm not gonna go too much into details, is if you really want to go deep in terms of your tracking, you can add parameters here. All right, so you'll be able to see that either on Google Analytics or on your CRM if it's pulling that data. Make sure to have that as well. Now, and lastly is the form itself. We create a brand new form right here, and when they click on this ad, they will open this form. So I have a kind of salutation there, like just saying to people like, yeah, what you click on is the right thing. And then I have some questions which are super important. So qualifying people, are you making above $10,000 per month or not? Then you have their information. And this will, if you have it well set up, populate in your CRM. In my case, I use Go High Level, and there's a way to use Go High Level to pretty much receive everything on through their API directly. So don't forget, you can add more questions to qualify people, and then get the right information: first name, last name, email, phone number. So either you or your appointment setters can reach out to them and close some deals. And that's it, guys. Not more complicated than that. So on the next video, I'm going to show you how to link these lead gen forms that are filled out by potential clients and link it with your Go High Level account. So like that, all your data is pulled through their API, and you can create beautiful automation to either send them more value dense content, more emails, reminders, or get a setter that's connected with your Go High Level account to reach out to them to hopefully get them on the call. So this is a different strategy than directly through a VSL funnel, where I'm going to be showing in another video. But there you have it. It's not more complicated than that. And let me reiterate this, that the most important thing is your messaging. Of course your offer, but your messaging, what you say, what is being said in the text, in the headlines, in the message is way more important than the actual strategy, because you saw it's not that complicated. And then it's a matter of having the cojones to actually put money and get those leads in. All right, so that's for the video today. I'm going to be sharing on the next video, like I said, how to link Go High Level with these lead forms that we just created, so you can retrieve that data. On that, have a great day. If you need help with your system, just send me a message or click on the description. I'll have a link to this particular website where you can fill in your information if you need help setting up this for yourself. And more than that, creating an entire ecosystem that's bringing lead, qualifying those leads, and of course making you more money. All right, so on that, I'll wish you a great day. Thank you for watching.